Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Barcode and Railgan on Orbital Shipyard. In the bottom left side of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Protoss player, it is Barcode. And in the top right side of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue or purple Zerg player, it is Railgan. Railgan has recently hit GM in the EU ladder, so congratulations to him. It really is a testament to the hard work he's put in at StarCraft 2 for these many years. I've always been impressed with his games. He's always sent me some of the best ones, and for those of you who say he only sends me wins, no. I can point you to a bunch of times he has sent me losses because he is a scholar and a gentleman, and he knows if you're going to submit a lot of replays to a channel, you better send losses in there too, or people start to realize and catch on to your tricks and recognize you only send in wins, and then it's not fun for anybody. It's really not. Railgun is brave. Railgun's going for a hatch first here against a Protoss opponent. He doesn't care. He recognizes this is Legacy of the Void. Gateway first here from our friend Barcode. And is he going to go for a Nexus? No. I mean, he's saving up a bunch of money here, but it's almost... Okay, there it is. There's the probe. The probe just seems a little bit late, but you know what? My timing on for Protoss builds is not exactly crisp and perfect, so I could just be completely wrong there. Anyway, extractor is there, spawning pool is there, Railgun, get some workers in your extractor. For the love of all that is holy, why did you get an extractor if you're not going to get gas out of it? Railgun. Railgun, there you go. Good boy. Well done. 2 workers on this gas here. Don't know if that's an accident or not. There's the third. Definitely 3 coming up there, and the Nexus. So both players essentially going to be on 2 bases, although the hatchery is earlier than the Nexus by quite a bit. So that will help Railgun here. He's not scouting. He is sending the Overlords to specific positions that are very good on Orbital Shipyard. You put one about here. This one seems a little off target. I think usually Zerg like to put them here and then kind of scout on in a little bit later on to see what's going on in the Protoss base. But down there is good too. Spawning pool has finished. Railgun does not have enough for metabolic boost because he was a little late on his gas. Just a tiny bit late. There's the metabolic boost. Right on time though. And here comes the drone for that third hatch. Indeed it is. Third hatch coming up. Railgun doesn't quite have the minerals for it, but it's better to be prepared than not be prepared. Overlord scouting on down. Nobody being super aggressive to this point. The first adept is on the way. I have to imagine that's going to be aggressive. Defensive adepts are pretty good, but usually we like to see the Protoss players go out with them because their ability to escape using sonic transfer is so nice. And a Stargate coming out of here for Barcode. Again, Stargate, very good against Protoss. Phoenix, amazing. Oracle's pretty darn good too. Tempest, if any Broodlords do pop out, just amazing unit producing structure to have. Unit producting? That almost sounds like it should be a thing, but it's not. My brain is trying to make up words. Warp Gate Research on the way for our Protoss player, and here comes the Adept. Adept marching on up here, trying to see what she can see, using sonic transfer to get inside the main base while she checks for that third base, and she sees it. But cancels because there are queens, there are lings here. Getting surrounded on the creep by an adept is pretty much her worst nightmare. She doesn't want that to happen, so canceled the sonic transfer, headed on down, and what? Good. All right. Oh boy, not good. Sonic transfer cooldown is not quite ready to go yet. There it is. Oh, the speed's up on the lings though. If they can get a surround on the adept, they can kill her. However, pretty good micro. So far, and there is the psionic transfer. She gets out of there. She ends up getting a couple kills, 2 ling kills, and is still alive. But it's pretty much the goal. Although here come the adepts trying to get an angle to attack. And can they kill her? No! No, once again, gets out with 3 kills and 7 hit points. Finally makes it back to the safety of her own home. Says, let me in, let me in. Oh, okay, so healthy adept's going to take this front line. And the lings are not going to be able to get through. Overlord scout time. Ladies and gents comes right on in to see what he can see. But guess what? Most of the tech seems to be back here. Gateways are here. Stargate way down here. I don't know if the Overlord's going to make it here to see the Stargate. Doesn't matter because guess what? The Phoenix is killing it. Phoenix is killing it. Railgun says, Phoenix immediate throwing down Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler 1, Spore Crawler 2, Spore Crawler 3. He has lost too many games to Phoenix play, Oracle play, Dark Templar play. Spores are very good at all of these things, and it actually does supply block Railgun for just a bit. I'm kind of surprised he didn't have a replacement Overlord ready to go. But you know what? I think he's going to be okay anyway. Continuing with the Adept production here is Barcode. I think Railgun said this is a teammate of his, so both players pretty much know each other's tendencies at this point. I have a feeling this is something that Barcode has practiced a lot of times is this Adept Phoenix opening. We've seen this on the channel recently too. I think Huck did this to Pig just a little bit earlier here. Or was it Huck? I don't know. Anyway, the Adept Phoenix opening seems to be fairly popular. Just seems to be pretty effective. Pretty good against these Lings are the Adepts, and not I don't know if they're that good against Lings. The Lings are running, though. The Phoenix picking up that there Queen, trying to kill it. Good positioning, though, by the Adepts at the bottom of this ramp. Can't get that full surround off. Roaches are starting to pop out. Roaches pretty good against the Adepts. Now being forced to chase after that psionic transfer. Meanwhile, the Adepts getting full DPS off, and there is the transfer. They do get out there, but it's not a great position to be in because the Lings are right on top of them. Now they're trying to run, but on creep, Ling speed is very, very good. Roaches chasing after them too, and gonna psionic transfer out. No, a couple of the Adepts are killed. Only 2 of them make the transfer over here to the second base, finally getting killed, but this is a lot of dead drones. Well, 2. Only 2 dead drones. There were Adepts sitting inside both mineral lines for a long time, it seemed like, but only 2 dead drones. Well, I will be now picking up roaches and killing them. They don't do extra damage versus roaches, but if that's all your available target is roach, then hey, you kill those too. So Phoenix Ball really making good use of themselves right now. 24 Lings, 5 roaches, and a Queen have been killed so far. Meanwhile, only 7 Adepts have been killed for a Barcode. He doesn't really care about that. I don't think. It is 88 to 84 total supply, 59 to 63 total harvester. Railgan is up just a little bit, but I don't know if he is quite comfortable enough with taking a 4th base right now. I mean, the Phoenix Cloud is still around, still being very annoying indeed. There are Stalkers being mixed in with some sentries too. Both players taking down these rocks to precipitate the precipitate. That's rain, right? Precipitation. Anyway, to prepare for taking the 4th base in this location and this location respectively. The Phoenix, again, picking up them roaches and just killing them. Nothing can really handle that at all. Trying to stab away with some Queens. Hydra Ball! Oh, Hydra Ball shows up. Not what Barcode expected to see there at all. Didn't like those Hydras to pop out and destroy him. Not one bit. Did he see the Hydralisk Den? Where the heck is the Hydralisk Den, actually? Oh, back there. No, did not know about the Hydralisk Den, so that definitely caught Barcode by surprise. Reaction time was good. Actually, no Phoenix were lost in that attack, so it scared him. And it startled him, but that was it. And here comes Railgun, feeling aggressive. Muscular augments just about to finish, increasing the speed and the attack range of the Hydras. 1 Phoenix does get picked off, just barely. Just barely there, and there's that Hydra speed. They're hoofing it down now with no hoofs. I don't think Hydralisks have hoofs. They're kind of just more slither across the ground like snakes. The bottom half of their bodies are like snakes. Any upgrades here? Nope. Any upgrades on the way for our Protoss player? Yes, +1 attack is on the way here. Phoenix just being annoying, flying around, trying to pick stuff up and kill stuff, scouting like crazy. It takes a lot of APM to do this, as we see over 300 APM for Barcode right now, over 200 for Railgan. But man, Barcode is playing fast, really fast. Templar Archives on the way. Immortal production being double pumped right now. Immortal's not that great against a Hydra Ling composition, but still not terrible either. It's 139 to 142 total supply. Trying to be aggressive. Railgun tries to get across the map and do some damage there, but he's not really able to do it. A firmly entrenched defensive position here from Barcode. Heading on down, checking for a 4th base, and actually catching this pro before he can even plant it. Yeah, that's not good at all. Good game sense there by Railgun, though. And does he want to go up this ramp? No. Too many Zealots. Stalker count not that high, actually. I wonder if Mutas would be a good choice. Spire now finishing, as Railgun saw that before I did. And just kind of dancing back and forth, trying to actually cause the Protoss player to come on out and meet him in open battle. There is the Guardian Shield coming up. Guardian Shield, 75 energy. Decreases incoming damage by, was it 2? Yep. By 2 from ranged units, which, guess what? Hydralisks and Lurkers both are. Sneaking around again. Oh, free Immortal! Free Immortal! Ah, the Immortal pops out of the wrong place there. Gets absolutely massacred. Trying to take down these pylons. No Overseer with this army. I'm a little bit surprised, but all 3 pylons are taken down. Can't they get the Mothership Core? No. They do not get the Mothership Core. Lurkers now unburrowing. Looking scary. Looking scary. Lurker count looking pretty darn high here, too. Not much here is a great answer, except for the Phoenix. Phoenix picking up Lurkers. Not a bad choice at all. Lurker spine stabbing and not getting some shots off on those Archons. Barcode is actually supply blocked right now, making 5 pylons to try to remedy that. Railgun does not like his positioning. Backs on out just a little bit. Again, he knows the Phoenix can lift up these Lurkers So he needs to keep them really close to the Hydras so that doesn't happen. There's that 4th base up and running. 8 workers there now, 70 to 64 total supply. Both players macroing pretty darn well now, getting Corruptors and a Hive. Is Railgun going for Broodlords? Oh, he might be going for Broodlords. Phoenix, he's so careful, Phoenix. No, losing a Phoenix there. A little bit careless. Is Barcode just a tiny, tiny bit careless? And the Lings pop right on in, take down both of these cannons and the probe. Can they actually get the Nexus? Do they want to get the Nexus? I don't know. They're going to try to get a surround on the Nexus. They are getting surround on the Nexus, but no, backing on out. The Lurkers getting spines on top of everything, but attacking into it anyway. Here is Barcode and doing a pretty darn good job of it. Wow, just attacked into the Lurker spines, did not give a care, and ended up killing a whole bunch of them. How many? 7 Lurkers were killed right there. Well played. Well played by Barcode. Again, the armor count is pretty high. A lot of HP on both these units, the Archon and the Immortal. And what that means is that even though Lurkers do extra damage versus them because they're armored units, the Immortals are anyway, Archons are not, that they can withstand a bunch of damage. It's the problem, I think, is what comes when Protoss players kind of dance back and forth across the Lurker spines without really just going for it and trying to crush it. And that's what Barcode did, and it paid off. I mean, Railgun had a really nice position here with some Lurkers, with some Hydras, but Barcode walked right on in, focused down the Lurkers first, took them out, and then the Hydras are really no match for this particular composition. Especially with the Zealots mixed in. Zealots do a lot more damage to Hydras if they can get there than you would expect. Zealots popping up along this left side. Are they coming to meet this Ling run by? They are. How the Barcode? How did you know? I don't know if it matters. These are a lot of Lings. They have no upgrades, though. The Zealots do have that +2 attack upgrade, but numbers, ladies and gentlemen, definitely favor our Zealots. More Zealots pop on in, or Lings, rather. More Zealots pop in. The Adepts still holding that line. Lings trying to see what they can do. There are a total number of 3 there. Another warp-in of Zealots. But what this does for Railgun is that's a warp-in he doesn't have available. Barcode doesn't have available up here at the front line. So that actually saved a little bit of time for Railgun. See, these Zealots have to walk all the way up here to join the rest of the army. 193 to 163 total supply here. Oh no, Railgun, was that one big attack? Your crippling attack here. Broodlord's on the way. Broodlord, not a bad choice here against Archons and Immortals. Not a lot of Stalkers, not a lot of Blink Stalkers. Any Blink Stalkers, actually. No Blink here at all. Lurkers trying to burrow on in, but here come the Hydras from the left side and the Corruptors. And the Spines, a little bit protected here by a Spine Crawler. And then heading on down is Barcode. He's just waiting for reinforcements. What's he doing? Tossing down Revelation, which is great. Which is fine. Way to use that Oracle in the mid to the late game. I like it a lot. Where are the Broodlords? There they are. Oh, they have Revelation on them too. I was going to say, I'm not sure that Barcode saw the Broodlords during that attack. I'm not sure they were involved, but now he knows that they're there because he can see what they can see thanks to this Revelation ability on the Oracle, which right here, Oracle Revelation does causes enemy units and structures within the target area to grant vision for 43 seconds, which is a long time. Look, it's still there. 43 seconds in-game is actually an eternity. Look it up. In Blizzard time, it is forever. 199 to 181 total supply, but again, nothing to really counter these Broodlords. Is he making... Okay, he is making Tempest. He is. So Barcode knows what's up. But Corruptor count looking all right. And I think Railgun just wants to go for it. He really does. Takes out his Restorations on a Zealot. Small attack of some Zealots up here, but Spine Crawlers and Spines from Lurkers handling that fairly well. The thing about Broodlords is they're slow. They take forever to get where they're going to go. Tempest count. Look at that. Already up to 5. And look... Extra damage versus air targets versus massive 44 damage per shot off a Tempest against these particular units. Broodlords and battle cruisers and carriers are exactly what Tempests were made for. Getting some shots off on Lings is not what they want to do. Broodling attack, Broodling strike from the air. There are Queens here to transfuse the Broodlords though. Oh, what a well chosen strategy by Railgun. And actually, a lot of the Archons at the front are getting destroyed. Storms on top of the Hydras doing fairly well for themselves, just allowing the Broodlords to attack. Transfuses coming down on a lot of these units here. The army just kind of running into the meat grinder right now. Both players losing a lot of blue blood, a lot of red blood on the ground here. Changelings being tossed down. Broodlords continuing to throw down Broodlings on top of everything. The Immortals standing on in, living up to their name, but slowly getting whittled down. There are still like 8 on the ground, though. Is there anything to do with these Tempests, though? I think the Hydras might have just been completely decimated there. Queens trying to take them down, but Queens, I think, are not as fast as Tempest, especially off creep. And the Tempest and Immortals are pretty much what is left here. Broodlords are trying to kill everything on the ground. Lurkers helping with those spines. But the Immortals, with the help of the Observer overhead, crushing through every single Lurker. The Broodlords slowly getting whittled down here by the Tempest. Their fire rate is not that high, but they hit pretty hard. Pretty hard indeed. Can they kill yet another Immortal? They do. They snipe down one more Immortal. But I think that's it for our Broodlord attack, and the Broodlords are gone. So Railgan responds with a small Hydralisk hit squad here. He tries to kill. Can't quite see the Tempest, though, so that doesn't really work out at all. Archon being morphed on in. This base up and running. How did Barcode expand behind all of that? I know if I was Barcode, I would have been fighting for my life. But you know what? He expanded behind it. He's looking pretty darn fancy indeed. 66 to 65 workers in favor of our red Protoss player. And Hydras with +1 missile attack, running around. Vipers in production, Corruptors in production for Railgun. Tempest getting shots off. Again, not extra damage versus Hydralisks, but it's enough. It's not bad at all. Actually, Ling's on top of some probes here, some transferring probes. No less. Oh, that cannon is not actually powered here. Zealots, Archons coming up to take care of this. But how many probes have been killed? 16. 16 probes have been killed at this point. 56 probes are remaining, and the Ling's back on out. So this base for Railgun 2, under production. How many mining bases do you have? Essentially 3 right now, and basically 3 for Barcode 2. So but something of a stalemate. I think Barcode has the advantage, 154 to 113 total supply, even though the worker count does not necessarily favor him. Both players pretty darn even in resources lost here. 16,000, 5,000, 16,000, 6,000. Railgun might have a little bit of a lead in that resources lost, which is weird to call it a lead. Anyway, here comes some more Archons and Zealots and Immortals and Tempest. And Tempest +3 attack on these ground units, in case you were wondering. +1 attack on the air units. With an Observer mixed in. Is there an Observer here? There must be. He's killing creep tumors. There it is. There's the Observer just setting up, continuing with Broodlord production. I don't know why Railgun is doing that. These Tempests are an excellent, excellent counter. Trying to yank in Archons and kill them with Broodlings. Working pretty darn well, if you ask me. And that's it. A GG. Well played from Railgun. Railgun's defeated. Barcode is victorious. And Railgun has left the game. So yeah, it really just came down to Railgun went for pretty fast Broodlords. Had a nice siege position set up here, but the revelation that Barcode tossed down to see the Broodlords way before they could make it across the map, and the slow move speed of Broodlords, I think, is what won the game for Barcode today. Immediately started into double pumping Tempest. Did he have 2? He had 3 Stargates, actually. Why are they so fuzzy? Must be in chrono boosted. I mean, at the end of the game, he had 5 Tempest. He lost 1. So, I mean, just with 6 Tempest, he was able to counter the Broodlords pretty darn efficiently. Again, using Immortals against the Lurkers on the ground. They did very well for themselves. 36 kills on that Immortal. I'm not sure how many Broodlings that counts, but anyway, plus the Zealots with the +3 attack, just doing a lot of damage to the Hydras and the Lings especially. And that was it for Railgun. So, well played by our Protoss player today. Takes the win. Railgun takes the loss, but he'll be back with a vengeance someday. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.